Hi, everyone, and welcome. We're going to be talking about how we can hack our health, the ability to boost our autophagy without having to skip meals. This information comes from an article by Dr. Jocker on the 6 ways to activate autophagy without fasting. If you have any questions about any of the information in this presentation, please feel free to give Dr. Justine a quick text, 647-987-9355. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine. She's our leader here at the Justine Blainey Wellness Center, but she is also a very passionate warrior for your health. Her main objective is to provide the best care for you so that you can be the best version of yourself. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
Hello, everyone. And I know we have so many amazing topics coming up: how to take care of your skin, how to take care of your breathing to help your brain, how to help with mental health, and how to help with rheumatoid arthritis. Every week, we try to bring you something awesome. So stay tuned with us and share these. These are volunteer time for us to give back to you and your family. But today, we're talking about what is autophagy and who wants to skip meals, right? I love eating. So, how do we get rid of bad cells without having to starve ourselves or feel deprived? Now, these slides do come. Our co-op student, I want to recognize him, Naweed. He's been with us a couple of years now. He's been volunteering with us, and he helped put these slides together today. So, just a great thanks to Naweed. Today, we're talking about autophagy. So, what's that? That's a Greek word that means self-eating. Our body wants to constantly get rid of old cells and bring in new cells. That's the recycling process. So how it works is we have these organelles inside our body, and when they're under stress or fasting, they create phagophores, and these isolate, get rid of all the crap, basically all the bad cells, all the bad parts and components of the cells. They're sent to the lysosomes, and they break these down with the enzymes and get rid of the damaged parts. Basically, we don't want our body full of garbage. So when we look at autophagy, it is the self-devouring mechanism of the body cells as part of the normal physiological process involving cell death and dysfunction of the components of the cell. You're getting rid of the garbage in the cell, recycling it to make new healthy cells. So what drives this? What drives the process of getting out with the old and bringing in with the new? Now, autophagy can be aggravated or triggered by cellular stress. That can be done fasting, high-level exercise, nutrient deprivation. The response to the body is the body wants homeostasis, a balanced state. And it will signal getting down and breaking down all the damaged cells and creating new cells. Now, what are some of these advantages to autophagy? Is it can increase your energy levels, get rid of fat because fat holds toxins, and help mental clarity, reduce risks of disease, and improve your overall health. Now, it can be done with fasting, but we're going to talk about ways without fasting because for some people, that's just way too difficult, or there's signs of diabetes. And it would actually increase stress, even post-menopause. It might increase stress to fast, which will increase cortisol response, which will create fat holding rather than releasing. So today we're talking about ways to do this that's much easier. So we have lots of great information coming up. Now, the benefits is it's going to help healthy aging, affect your metabolic health, your brain health, prevent those bad cells that can create disease and cancer, and help your overall heart health. So when we look at the 5 benefits, it's going to get rid of those bad cells, help your mitochondria, your powerhouses, eliminate viruses or viral infected cells, help with apoptosis, so getting rid of the bad stuff, and help our body be more resilient, mind and body. So let's go through these 5 benefits. Number 1 is getting rid of senescent cells. Cells do have a limited lifespan and they do wear down just like everything else in your house. And these older cells become less efficient and then they're not a good fuel and you'll have trouble losing fat. And the worst part is it can lead to inflammation, and inflammation can lead to many diseases, including heart disease. So we want to get rid of these old cells, and that is done through autophagy. Now, as we look at benefit number 2, it's going to help your mitochondria. If your mitochondria are not functioning well, that increases risks of things that affect your brain, like epilepsy, Parkinson's. It affects things like fibromyalgia, Alzheimer's, chronic fatigue, diabetes, Huntington's, developmental concerns, autism, cerebral palsy, muscular concerns, learning concerns, Lou Gehrig's. So there's a huge amount of problems can happen if your powerhouses, your mitochondria, are not working well, because these powerhouses help with your energy in your whole body. If you have autophagy going well, it removes these damaged mitochondria to replace them with new power sources, new energy efficient ones. Number 3 is eliminated viral infected cells. Viruses are so small, very small, smaller than bacteria, and they can mimic living cells. So we want to be able to get rid of these, get rid of parasites, help have a more powerful immune system. And autophagy will help clear out these infected cells, reduce the viral activity, help your body fight off these viruses more effectively. And when we look at number 4, it will help reduce cellular apoptosis. That's cell death. Apoptosis is cell death, and that can cause stress and inflammation. Whereas autophagy is clean and energy efficient clearing of the house, all right? Getting rid of those disease unhealthy cells, recycling those cells so they function better and have better cellular health. And number 5, the benefits of autophagy will help prevent those disease cells, unhealthy cells that can create diseases like cancer, help your muscle strength and performance, help neurogenesis, creating new nerve cells for your body and new neurons, help reduce inflammation, help reduce aging effects, and increase your energy. So this is called stress resilient body and mind. We want to get resilient. We want to get strong mind and body. So fasting and autophagy can be, extended fasting is a really good method for autophagy. However, not easy for many people. So there are alternate methods where you can do a fasting mimicking diet. Again, that's a fasting mimicking diet, and it can last for about 5 days. It can be done once every couple of months, and it can have a significant cleaning house. So this is kind of like your spring cleaning that you might be doing in your home. You're just doing your spring cleaning, fall cleaning, winter cleaning, summer cleaning. As the seasons change, you're trying to clean house within your body, not just your home. It can also be done with intermittent fasting, trying to eat in the 6 to 8 hour window. That can be more of a daily method, but for some people that can be very difficult to do for prolonged periods. Now, the AMPK, AMPK, and mTOR pathways are super important for activating autophagy. So the mTOR inhibitors, things that stop the mTOR pathway, are things like fasting, the ketogenic diet, caffeine, reversorol, quercetin, curcumin, EGCG, fasting and ketosis, and berberine. We're going to talk more about those coming up. And this is, again, to reduce inflammation. And so we want to get that mTOR activation. If you have too much mTOR activation, that can lead towards accelerated aging and disease such as cancer. So things that activate your mTOR pathway is too much protein, and we have to be careful. So we're going to talk about how much protein should you have. And there's lots and lots of diets about, high protein to build muscle, but it can become acidic. Too much carbohydrate, excessive exercising, branched chain amino acids, high insulin levels, high testosterone levels, and high inflammatory diet. So our goal is to get this in check to help with autophagy, that cleaning house system. So we're going to talk about 6 ways to activate your autophagy, that cleaning house, that spring cleaning, fall cleaning in your body. Caloric restriction, protein restriction, the real food ketogenic diet, not the dirty keto diet, intense exercise, good sleep, quality sleep, prioritizing hot cold therapies, and activating herbs. So let's go through these 6. Number 1 is caloric restriction or protein restriction. If you have too much protein, it actually can increase your protein, block your ketones, and activate the mTOR pathway. So we do need protein for your muscles, your bones, your fat burning, your brain, your heart health, but we want to make sure we're not taking too much. So when we go over what is too much, if we're looking for weight loss, you're going to do about 1 to 1.2 grams per body weight. So if you're 150 pounds, that's about 150 grams. For most people, you're saying you need at least 100 grams of protein per day. If you're vegetarian, like myself, I have to work at this. I have to be very conscious because I'm not eating a steak or chicken. So vegetarians have to be much more aware, not only if they're B12, but of their protein getting enough. Now, if you're trying to build that muscle, those muscle building, you need more protein, 1.2 to 2 per body weight. If you're an extreme athlete doing tons of work, you're going to need even more than that. And yet, if you're sedentary, you're only going for a walk, 30 minutes, 3-4 times a week, you're not doing much more than walking, then you're going to need less protein because that is going to create that acidic environment and affect autophagy. So now one of the biggest challenges is that nighttime snacking or emotional eating. Ooh, that's a hard one. So being aware of when's like the cutoff time for you, ideally a couple hours before bedtime. Now, next thing is the real ketogenic diet. Now, we have a lot of talks on the ketogenic diet. So to make sure you see those, because they're much longer than this, but the goal is that you're having moderate protein, nothing that makes a sugar. So that includes high glycemic fruits like bananas and mangoes. You're going towards berries and green apples, and limiting dairy and any types of breads that can lead towards sugar. So the ketogenic diet is the goal. There is wild caught seafood, free range, grass fed meats, nice healthy sources of fats like avocados and nuts, low carb veggies. So that's not going towards your corn or your peas, but you're looking towards things more like asparagus and cauliflower and greens, and your low glycemic fruits, natural sweetening agents like xylitol, monk fruit, and staying away from things with the sugar, especially artificial sugars, looking towards those healthy herbs, fermented veggies, nice amounts of healthy seeds and nuts, and tons of water to get using your ketones for that energy to your brain. Number 3 can be excessive exercise, really exercising. So you're breathing really hard. That can be done with HIIT exercise, high intensity interval training. It stimulates that fat burning, your mood, your focus, but it's not possible for everybody. If you have injuries, if you're not, fit enough to start, it can be more difficult. So definitely cautious. This is not is a great way of exercising, but not impossible for everyone. And the goal is to get a minimum of this high intensity 5 times a week, 30 minutes. That's on-off exercise. So go really hard, 20 to 40 seconds, and then relax. Really hard for 20 to 40 seconds, and then relax. And it can be done, with body weight exercises like burpees, jump squats, jumping, jumping jacks, fast weightlifting. So you're choosing a light weight. So there's many different options, and we have done wellness talks on HIIT exercises. Number 4 is that good quality sleep. I'm wearing the Whoop watch to kind of take a look at the sleep, and it always tells me I'm not sleeping enough. But sleeping is important to detox your brain. So it's trying to prioritize that, because poor sleep will impair that neuronal autophagy. So the goal is 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. 9 is probably excessive. So if you get towards 7 or 8, you're doing great. For some people like myself, laying still is challenging. So aiming towards a 20-30 minute nap can help make sure you're getting the rest you need for balancing your nervous system, creating a homeostasis, and helping that autophagy, that clean house, spring cleaning in your body. Number 5 is hot and cold therapy. Um, I also find this difficult. I encourage all of you to do it, but I must say that it's challenging. And I do know that you get better at it. But when you do the hot, warm showers, that's the part that I like. It reduces muscle tension, opens the skin, reduces the anxiety, it relaxes your mind, helps you get to sleep. So, like a warm bath before bed helps with circulation. But the cold shower flushes and helps wake you up, make you more alert, more energy, closes those pores. So stimulates your immune system. So they do recommend, if you don't have sauna access. Now in Brampton, we have so many different saunas through the city that you could use. But when you're doing that cold therapy, that's going to give you that serotonin, dopamine hit and help your mood. So that's why they will say to do the hot, cold, and finish with the cold shower. Gotta say it's harder, but it is good for you. And lastly, looking towards activating herbs. These are herbs that are going to help with autophagy. So quercetin, we personally take a supplement with quercetin, but it can be found in onions, cranberries, elderberry. Many people will do elderberry tea, and that can taste really good, and a good one right before bed. Ginger, turmeric. Some people will do a ginger turmeric tea as well. Now in health food stores, you can buy ginger turmeric, kind of like it almost looks like a juice, but you can do a shot before bed. Reverse roll, it's in grapes, seeds, red wine. You can also buy this as a supplement. My mother takes it. It helps many people pre and post cancer, dealing with their cancer journey. Dark chocolate can be, and green tea, oolong tea can be helpful. Bergamot, oranges, also Earl Grey tea. And then some of the herbs that you can just grow on your windowsill or on your balcony: oregano, sage, and rosemary. Cool part about these ones is they're awesome like a weed. They just grow back, so you don't have to do a lot of work to help them grow. So let's talk a little bit about these amazing herbs. The matcha tea and the dark chocolate will activate this autophagy and mimic the calorie restriction. Number 2, ginger and turmeric are anti-inflammatory herbs. They have tons of antioxidants, improves your brain function, improves inflammation. So if you have arthritis, you have achy joints, this is great for you. And it also helps with gut and heart health, and helping with your metabolism to help with being overweight. Number 3, resveratrol helps your overall immune function, your powerhouses, your mitochondria, your skin, your circulation, your ability to deal with oxygen. It inhibits that mTOR pathway I talked to you about. So it does support autophagy, and you can buy these supplements at the health food store. Number 4 is bergamot. It looks like an orange like this, helps with your skin, helps with autophagy, helps with antioxidants. And number 5 is oregano, sage, and rosemary. Great to add with meat, salads, and they are antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And number 7, quercetin helps with inflammation. For us, we take it as a supplement. I've never really grown this personally, but it is a powerful bioflavonoid, and it's often in many glucosamine anti-inflammatory supplements like the one we sell at our office. So we put it all together. Autophagy is that spring fall cleaning in your body. It recycles of the old and helps bring in the new healthy cells. It'll increase your energy, help your mental clarity, help with fat loss, help with reducing disease risk, reducing inflammation in the body, improving your overall health. And these are some of the ways today with some of those supplements and herbs that you can do it without fasting. And what does this have to do with the nervous system? Nervous system controls everything, every cell, tissue, and organ in your body. If your body is under an extreme stress state, that's whether physically, mentally, or chemically, we call that the 3 T's, thoughts, traumas, or toxins, can cause subluxations, areas of twisted or turning on your spine that damage how these nerves exit to your body. So the nerves in your neck, for example, if you're on your phone, on a computer, driving a lot, they can affect the nerves to your head, the circulation, the blood flow to your head, the oxygen to your head. It can affect your thyroid. So we want to make sure that we're looking at any disturbance of brain to cell organ tissue in your body, and that can be damaged by subluxations. So chiropractors reduce the stress on your body, reduce the stress on your nervous system by finding and removing those subluxations, creating a corrective care exercise routine called specific spinal rehabilitation. You learn specific spine exercises, not muscle exercises, but spinal exercises custom to your x-rays to remove these subluxations. You learn those exercises to help you hold your adjustments. We always have stresses on the body, sitting, standing, moving, lifting. Even the way we sleep can cause stress on the nervous system, which will affect autophagy, affect how our body cleans house. So as a chiropractor, we're going to include obviously great nutrition, reducing stress on your mind, body, and spirit by helping you be your best. So definitely make sure you get your spinal checkup and your spinal rehabilitative exercises. We're here for you. This is a great one. Nawi, thank you for putting the slides together. Connect with us. We're here to help you. These are volunteer. Pass them on. Always do a review because that helps others find us, find these amazing talks. Stay tuned for more.